Hello everybody, Incon here, coming at you from my lady's house. You can see that this is not my house. It's a lot more organized, it's a lot more pretty, it's a lot more cool, it's a lot more visually pleasurable. And my internet doesn't work at my house, as most of you probably know by now. So I've been doing everything from here, streaming YouTube, Twitter, all that good stuff. So shout outs to her for letting me be here. But we've got some sweet stuff for you guys today. I've got a ton of your questions that you asked on the last video that I'm going to be answering. And we've got the 1500 gem winner from last week as well in last week's giveaway video. But to start us off, the most important thing, guys, is we are doing an Incon sock sale. We are selling Incon socks for a limited time. They're only going to be available until the 20th of the month. So really not for that much longer. You're going to be able to go there, buy yourself some socks. We're all going to be wearing them at Worlds. It's just a novelty. It's going to be good fun. And they're extremely comfy. And so I'm going to be giving away a pair of Incon socks. I'm going to be giving away a pair of these Incon socks, guys. I'm going to sign these and send them to one of you. And that's going to be our giveaway for the week. Is a free pair of Incon socks signed by me, and you'll be able to enter into that giveaway, guys, down in the description. Also, speaking of that, we're getting very close to the computer giveaway being over with. That's over in like 10 to 15 days, and that'll also be down in the description. So make sure you enter into that if you haven't yet, because you're running out of time to do so. So, socks plus computer. We're giving that stuff away. So don't forget to enter into those giveaways. And if you don't think you're going to win the giveaway, you can buy a pair of socks. They're mad comfy. I believe they're $14 plus shipping. Shipping's like $2. They're fun. They're mad comfy. Get yourself some. So let's get right into your questions for the weeks, guys. Last week, Laden1 asked us, should I build damage when playing support if my team is really bad? Now that's a good question, because as a support player, I know the feels, okay? So you're playing support, and you need your team to do their job, which is do damage, right? That's what you need your team to do. So if your team isn't doing damage, you can't really do your job, because your job is kind of dependent on peeling and, you know, making sure people are alive and initiating, and none of that really matters if you don't have the damage to back you up. I don't mind going a little hybrid in this situation, but you can't go 100% tilt damage, right? Void Stone, sure. Pen Boots, sure. At the very end of the game, an Ob Shard or a Soul Reaver, sure. But you still need your Urchins and your Spirit Robes and all of that kind of stuff, and maybe a Wingblade here. But you can factor in some damage items. You just can't go like Rod of Tahuti and Spear of the Magus and Chronos Pendant and stuff. You need to make sure that if you're going to do it, you go hybrid. The best way to go hybrid typically is by getting cooldown and pen. You can still get cooldown from your defensive items. You can get pen as well from items like Void Stone, which also give you defense. RetroZor asks, question, is there an issue building movement speed if you have over 18%? So if you have boots, can you still get hastening and stone cutting, or boots and wingblade and rod? No, there's no problem with that. In fact, a lot of people end up getting 2 movement speed items. What I would recommend is not getting really more than that. There is a soft cap on movement speed. So if you get above basically X point, it's harder and harder and harder, and the more movement speed you get, the less you're actually moving faster. Because of that soft cap. But if you get yourself boots, don't be afraid to get Wingblade. If you get yourself boots, don't be afraid to get Rod of the Ass Clap. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't go like boots, Wingblade, Rod of Asclepius, and another. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need 3 or 4 movement speed items. The only time you ever even get 3 is if you're on a character like Kali or Bakasura, who really needs that movement speed to go, and that's mainly because you're getting something like boots, Fatalis, plus Wingblade, or something of that sort. That's the only real time you'll get more than 2, but 2 is totally fine and awesome. Zero asks, why would you pick Sylvanas over Terra? I mean, we pick Sylvanas because of heals and lane push, but doesn't Terra do that but better? Yes, she does. As we've seen from SPL this week, Terra has been top priority, top picks, top bans. Teams are really enjoying her because she's incredibly strong in a team fight situation. She's very strong when you have communication with your team to utilize her ultimate, all that kind of stuff. I would never pick her. I would never pick Sylvanas over her, ever. There's just no reason to. She is definitely a better Sylvanas. And so if she's open and you're thinking about Sylvanas, you should just pick Terra. Israel asks, is there any way to counter Shell when it's used? Not really. Shell is one of the best actives, if not the best teamfight active in the game. You only have a couple options when Shell is popped. One and the most common is going to be pop your Heavenly Agility and run away. Just run away for 5 seconds and then re-engage as soon as their shell is down, because they're going to take almost no damage when they have that shell up. Another option that you could do is you could go ahead and pop an aggressive relic and try to out-damage them. It gives, when you think about it, it gives like 20% attack speed and physical power, I believe. Yes, I believe so. So if you pop the aggressive relic, you can go ahead and try to counteract it. It also lasts 10 seconds compared to 5, so maybe it lasts a little bit longer, you can get your damage off. But for the most part, there's no real counteraction other than either running away or just pop a shell yourself. And if you're both taking no damage, who cares? Don't use any of your huge abilities until the shell is off. Those are basically your options there. Or lose the fight, that's another option. Francis asks, who is the best Guardian to play solo? Up until recently, I would have said Cabrakan. Cabrakan has been very, very strong. But he got those nerfs in the past, and there was the item changes, and so now he's not so great in the solo anymore. The most popular Guardian being picked up in the solo lane right now actually is Ymir. He's getting quite a bit of play over in Europe. I don't think anybody in North America SPL has done it yet. But he has been getting played quite a bit in the solo lane. Some of the lower tier teams in Europe. I'm not a huge fan of it because like Nemesis will destroy you. A lot of the junglers right now will just kind of destroy you. It's very risky. There is, you know, you can see how it would work. You have a lot of damage. You do good base damage. You're base tanky. Yeah, it kind of works. But because of the movement speed, no getaway ability, you get yourself in a lot of bad situations. I would not recommend playing a Guardian solo, but if you're going to, either Ymir or Hades. I would say Hades just because he's safer. And technically he's a mage though, so it doesn't really work as a Guardian, which is why I didn't bring him up, but Hades. Okay? Play Hades. Finally, World of Tank asks, do you think you're ever gonna commentate Smite professional games again? Yes, and I hope not, and I'll let you know why. So, yes I do. I do think I'm gonna end up commentating again. I had a great time at the last Worlds. Previous lands. I love commenting on Smite. I love doing analyst work. I like being involved with anything that I can involve with Smite because I love the game so much. But typically when I'm doing commenting stuff, that means that we lost. So hopefully we don't lose, so I don't have the time to do commenting type stuff, analytical work, casting stuff. But in the scenario upon which we lose because we all DC or something, you know, that's the only way we could lose. Then yes, I would love to do some commentation work, analyst work, anything like that, because I really enjoy having just a different perspective on the Smite community, but being able to help nonetheless, which is always fun. And now for the part that you guys have been waiting for, the winner of the gem giveaway from last week was... Congratulations to Dragonclaw. Congratulations to Dragonclaw on winning the 1,500 gems. Go ahead and check your email, my friend. I sent you an email about getting you those gems safely to your account. And so make sure we go there and discuss that. For the rest of you guys, thank you for coming out and watching the video. Don't forget to enter down into the 2 giveaways down below and get yourself some Incon socks, guys, for a limited time. And of course, leave your comments down there below, guys. Ask me some questions so next week I can get around to answering your questions. And who knows? You might also just win the giveaways. Thank you guys for coming out and watching the video. And thank you to those of you guys that like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the Twitchiest channel on Twitch. And as always, have a Twitchin' day, y'all. It's the final countdown. Ba-da-ba-boo. Ba-da-ba-ba-boo. Ba-da-ba-boo. The final countdown.